should expect to see that proof of concept data?
Yeah, we're telling folks, well, the last patient was entered the study December 31st of last year. It's a 16-week trial. And then we need, roughly 6 weeks to gather the data, clean the data, lock the database, and start our analysis. So we're looking, in Q2 in the May-June timeframe.
All right. We'll look forward to that. And then I guess as you look out on the horizon beyond that study readout, can you talk about when you could get your end of phase 2 meeting with the FDA and maybe any initial thoughts on what on a phase 3 study design could look like, especially in terms of number of patients and duration of the study?
Yeah, sure. So our goal is to meet with the FDA this year. If we get readout in June, we should be able to pull the package together and submit an end of phase 2 request to the FDA. And that's our target, is to do that this year. Then part of that proposal would be the proposal to conduct a phase 3 in chronic. We still are conducting the study in subacute, but if we have positive data in chronic, our regulatory consultants are saying, don't wait. Take the chronic data, go to the FDA, continue on with the subacute as a confirmatory study. That will just answer if we treat earlier in the disease process, does one cohort work better than the other? But if we have positive in chronic, we'll meet with the FDA at the end of this year. The designs that we're planning right now are roughly 200 patients, 20 to 30 centers across the U.S. We'll pick a functional endpoint, and the goal would be to kick that off and get that off the ground in the first quarter, first half of next year.
Okay. And then looking out beyond that, when would you expect that study to read out and potentially file?
Yeah. Well, our plans right now are to submit an NDA in 2028. That's the goal. It really is going to be heavily dependent upon enrollment. We think that, if we show positive results here, it shouldn't be too challenging to get folks into a larger phase 3. If we have roughly 20 to 30 centers across the U.S. and we need 200 patients, we just did 20 patients at Shirley Ryan in a little over a year. So, folks could do the math and figure out how quickly we can get this study done. Then it's a matter of pulling all of the package together. We hired a head of tech ops last year who's got our CMC world wired, because most companies of our stage, that's where they fall down. And we brought in an expert who is now manufacturing and working on our plans for manufacturing the future. We have teed up all of our plans to continue all of our tox work, so that we can put that into the package as well as what I mentioned earlier. We're still doing a lot of preclinical work to understand the specific molecular mechanism, and all of that is going to plan on going into the package that we'll submit to the FDA. So the team is working on all fronts to be prepared to submit an NDA in 2028, but obviously there's a lot of assumptions that go into that timing.
Okay, so assuming that you file for regulatory approval in 2028, you could potentially be commercially available on the market in 4 years or so from now.
That's the plan.
All right.
That's the plan. Yeah. And that's what excited me the most about joining this organization. I know the size of commercial organization we need to build here. I've built commercial organizations that are much larger than what we need to launch this product. And I think, a small company like ours can actually hit these timelines and get this done very quickly. So that's what excites everybody who's joined this organization.
Okay.